Good evening, everyone. The time is now 6:07 p.m. This CPOC Commissioners meeting is hereby called to order. My name is Hassan Bennett. I am the Chair Commissioner of the Citizens Police Oversight Commission, and I will be facilitating this meeting. This meeting was properly advertised pursuant to the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act. And with that, I will be calling roll. Commissioners, when I say your name, please acknowledge you're present in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Commissioner Gilberto Gonzalez.
Commissioner Gonzalez, present. Hello, everyone.
Good evening, Commissioner Gonzalez. Commissioner Michelle Enix Kenny.
Commissioner Michelle Enix Kenny, present. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Enix Kenny. Commissioner John Solomon.
Commissioner Solomon, present. Good evening.
Good evening, Commissioner. Vice Chair Malika Rahman.
I am here. Good evening, everyone.
Commissioner Melanie DeBose.
This is Commissioner DeBose. Good evening, Chair. Good evening to my fellow commissioners, the staff, and the listening audience.
Good evening, Commissioner. For the record, Commissioner DeBose will be Commissioner DeBose is present and will be attending this meeting via cell phone. Commissioner, I said Michelle Enix Kenny. I'm sorry. Who am I now? Commissioner Erica Stewart. Commissioner Stewart is absent. This will be an unexcused absence. Commissioner Hakeem P.A.
Chair, I can confirm that he's in the meeting as an attendee, and we're working to promote him to panelist so that he can be heard.
Thank you. Commissioner P.A. is in the meeting. Is there anyone? Oh, I missed myself. Commissioner Hassan Bennett. I am the chair. I already announced that I'm present. And with that, we have a full quorum, and we're able to conduct Commissioner.
Chair, you missed me.
Where you at?
I'm right.
Hey, I apologize.
That is okay.
Commissioner Whitehead, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I am present as well.
With that, we have a full quorum. A full quorum consists of majority of the commissioners. Therefore, we can continue and conduct commissioner business this evening. Thank you.
Chair, as you prepare to move us forward, just for the record, Commissioner PA has been promoted to panelist, so he is in the meeting and can be heard from this moment forward.
Commissioner PA.
Good evening.
Good evening. And now we move on to commissioner business. Has everyone had a chance to review tonight's meeting agenda?
Yes.
If anyone did not have a chance to review tonight's meeting agenda, could you please say so now? And with that being said, do I hear a motion to approve tonight's meeting agenda?
Vice Chair Rahman here with a motion to approve tonight's meeting agenda.
Does anyone second Commissioner Rahman's motion to approve tonight's meeting agenda?
Commissioner Gonzalez seconds the motion.
And with that being said, we now have a motion on the table to approve this evening's meeting agenda. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 And with that, tonight's meeting agenda is approved. I will now hand the meeting over to our Executive Director, Ms. Tanya McClary, for the agency report.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Agency report for July 9th. As always, we like to remind the community about the mission for CPOC. We oversee and investigate the conduct, policies, and practices of the Philadelphia Police Department. Currently, we receive complaints of police misconduct. We receive commendations to celebrate officers who go above and beyond the call of duty. We audit and monitor internal affairs investigations and police disciplinary processes. We sit and vote on PBI panels at police discipline hearings. We conduct oversight of police shootings, analyze police data, develop policy recommendations and reports, and engage in outreach and training. Next slide, please. So why is civilian oversight important? I always like to talk about this at every meeting because I think a lot of times people don't think about it in terms of doing the work day to day. People think about us a lot when a crisis happens, right? When there's a shooting or there's a protest or something. But civilian oversight is literally important on a daily basis in any city that you're living in. And of course, we are handling it here in the city of Philadelphia. And that's because it protects human rights. It promotes constitutional policing. It increases public confidence and trust in the police. It builds bridges between law enforcement and the public. It supports effective policing. It ensures greater accountability and it enhances risk management. And I want to talk about how we help to build the public trust in the police. So one of the things that CPOC does is we actually review directives when they're making changes. And sometimes when we see the changes that the police department is making, they make total sense. And then sometimes they may not make total sense, and we want to weigh in on that. And also, some of the things that we're finding is that sometimes the language in the directives is not very clear, right? It's not clear. And so, if a member of the public were to read it, they may not understand, well, what does this mean? What is the police department supposed to be doing? So when we're looking at the directives, when we're making recommendations on potential changes to them, we try to keep the community in mind, but also the officers in mind. I joke a little bit. I think some of the community knows that I'm a lawyer. And sometimes I'm like, if I'm reading this directive and I can't understand what it means, can an average officer understand what it means? Will members of our community understand what it means? And so, it's hard to hold people accountable if they don't know what they're accountable for. And so those are some of the things that we do to make policies clear for the officers, but also the community. Because that's how we judge the police department's activities is on the directives, the things that they say they are going to do, right? And so we are holding you accountable, the police department accountable for the things they say they want their officers to be doing. And so that is some of the way that we increase the public trust is by letting the public know that we are keeping an eye on these things. We are trying to make the language of directives more clear. We are trying to make them more accessible. And so that way people know what the police department in the city of Philadelphia is doing. And so that's my example. I always try to give an example when I can from one of these categories about how we increase public confidence and trust in the police. And next slide, please. And so one of the other things we do is by having an investigations division who is out at the scenes of shootings. We get a phone call and they are out and about. And so I'm going to turn it over now to Sarah Mayo, one of our staff investigators, who will talk to us about investigative work and shootings in the month of June. So Sarah, please take it away.
Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, hello everyone. If you didn't hear my introduction before, my name is Sarah Mayo. I'm one of the staff investigators. I am briefly stepping in for Jeff Hussein before he goes away on paternity leave for a bit. Very exciting. So yeah, as you can see, there was one police shooting at a person in the month of June of this year. CPOC tracks all police shootings, which includes every time a PPD officer discharges their firearm at a person or an animal, and that's not including deer. As of the end of June of this year, there have been 5 police shootings at people, and CPOC maintains a website to update the public on police shootings. You can see the link that Jody dropped in the chat, and the website provides a general overview of PPD's procedures, CPOC's role, and the details about the police shootings at people specifically. Next slide. So specifically, the one shooting in June, on June 13th, it was on the 2000 block of North 54th Street. At approximately 10:30 in the evening, officers assigned to the 19th District responded to reports of a person with a weapon and shots fired around North 54th and Arlington Streets. While investigating the scene, the officers encountered an adult male, later identified as Mr. Eric Franks, who became increasingly agitated during a confrontation with police. After Mr. Franks shoved a sergeant, officers attempted to take him into custody. According to the preliminary investigation, Franks produced a firearm despite repeated commands and discharged the weapon towards responding officers. 4 officers returned fire during the ensuing exchange. 3 PPD officers were struck by gunfire and transported to a local hospital and were pronounced in stable condition and expected to recover. Mr. Franks was struck during the exchange and was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced deceased. Investigators recovered a 9mm handgun from the scene. Per PPD policy, the officers have been placed on admin duty pending the outcome of the investigation. And then on the next slide, we have a news clip.
More about the man accused of shooting 3 Philadelphia police officers over the weekend. Surveillance video shows the incident in the city's Winfield section on Saturday night. You see like a scuffle happening here with several men. The suspect was killed. The officers continue to recover at the hospital this morning. And Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher is live at Penn Presbyterian Medical Center in University City with the latest on this investigation. Brianna, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Aliana. As you mentioned, those officers still here in the hospital. Police say they're still recovering those 2 officers and a sergeant. They were shot in the leg, the hip, and the face. And this morning, we're now learning more about the man accused of shooting them.
He got a phone call from his son that a shooting had occurred. He is there to make sure that everyone is okay.
Action News spoke with the attorney representing a 57-year-old Eric Franks. He's the man accused of shooting 3 Philadelphia police officers.
Things, for whatever reason, escalated to where now a man is dead and 3 other officers have been injured. So something happened. What that was, we're hoping we can find out.
This video shows what led up to Saturday night's shooting in Winfield.
I got hit. The officer shot me. Help.
2 Philadelphia police officers and 1 sergeant are in stable condition. 57-year-old Eric Franks, the alleged shooter, is dead.
Officers responded to a shooting incident. A car was shot up. During that period, there was an individual who came up and engaged them multiple times. Multiple times they asked that person to stand down.
The shooting happened in the area of 54th and Arlington Streets. While officials were gathering evidence, police say Franks showed up. As officers are trying to explain why they are there, Franks becomes agitated, according to police. Commissioner Kevin Bethel says Franks then shoved a sergeant, which can be seen in this surveillance footage. Bethel then says when officers attempted to detain Franks, he pulled out a gun that he was registered to carry and shot 3 officers.
He just decides to move into there is a crime scene. There are a number of casings on the ground as well. Why he elected to come into that scene and engage the officers, whether this was a premeditated, we will walk through that process.
Now, the family tells us that Franks was a business owner, a Marine, and a retired Philadelphia firefighter. Officials say that there's witnesses, surveillance video, and body camera footage. All of this remains under investigation. We're live here in University City this morning. Brianna Gallagher, Channel 6, Action News. Eliana.
Yeah, and you consider his past and his work with the fire department. It makes you wonder what happened here. We'll have to find out those details as the investigation continues to unfold. Brianna, thank you so much.
Thank you. Those are the slides that we have for the investigations division, and I'll pass it back to the chair.
Thank you, Ms. Mayo. Did I pronounce that right? Thank you, Ms. Mayo, and welcome to the Citizens Police Oversight Commission.
Thank you.
Does anyone have a question or comment for Ms. Mayo at this moment?
I have a question. I don't know if it's relevant, but
Commissioner Gilberto.
yep, Commissioner Gonzalez. When it comes to investigations, with police shooting citizens, is there a statute of limitation as to how long this investigation on the CPOC side would take?
So let me clarify. We're not doing the investigation. The police department's doing the investigation. So, Commissioner, if you can clarify your question. So we are monitoring their investigation. We're not conducting the investigation.
Right. So monitoring the investigation, what does that entail? Like, what does that give us as far as information?
So I'm going to ask our senior investigator, Jeff Hussein, to come on and answer that question.
The question was, what does the monitoring entail of shooting investigation?
Yeah, how do we monitor, right? Like what is going to be the end game for us as CPOC? And then is there a statute of limitation as far as our investigating or monitoring the investigation?
All right. So in terms of monitoring, we receive a call when an officer involved shooting occurs. We then go out to the scene where the occurrence happened, and then we meet with the officer involved shooting team. From there, we collect the information that's provided to us, and this is preliminary information. The police department does the best they can to kind of understand initially what happened and what they're seeing on the scene, and then we also make notes ourselves to see the things that we're seeing, separate from what they have been telling us. From there, we write up an internal memo. That internal memo is kept as a note to some further steps. So from there, we request the body-worn camera footage and any evidence that goes along with that shooting. There could be, paperwork involved as well. And we will then analyze all of that information that we receive and expand that initial memo that we write. And then how this all wraps up here is down the line, there is the police department, and Tanya sits on a board called the Use of Force Review Board, where the police department's deputy commissioners get together along with Tanya, and they all have a vote to see if these officer-involved shootings were within the police department's policies. So that's an administrative hearing for those shootings. I'm not sure if that's what you're getting at there, but that would be the kind of end line for our investigation or our analysis and monitoring of these issues.
Understood. So do us as CPOC, I guess board members or whatever we are, commissioners, do we have access to those communications or no?
The communications, I'm not sure. Can you just clarify?
Everything you just talked about, the process, the letters sent, your evaluation, your perspective on all the evidence that was given to you. Do we have access to that information?
Well, a lot of those. Go ahead, Tanya.
I was going to ask if Catherine can answer that question, please.
Sure. Those are confidential records. Generally, we have been able to share with commissioners sort of where something is in the process. But it's often a very long process. And just to clarify, nothing can be made public. So I think we've shared with commissioners information when we can.
Understood. No, thank you so much for that, guys. I appreciate the response. Yep, thank you.
Does any other commissioner or staff have any questions regarding this officer involved shooting. Commissioner PA.
Sure, no question. Just a comment, kind of connecting to the last question. I know that for the community's sake, we at least as a commission internally, we created more procedures, right? So as though we wanted to know more information about any officer involved shootings. I think we now established an internal process for that so that we can stop it from, possibly getting out to the public or being informed of information that, is sensitive in that time. So I just wanted to say that. That's all.
Thank you, Commissioner PA. Does anyone else have any questions or comments regarding the officer involved shooting investigation?
This is Director McClary. I was going to say also to the other part of Commissioner Gonzalez's question about how long. We don't have a statute of limitations. So my team, if it takes them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, however long it takes them to conclude the investigation, we are monitoring it at all the points where we can. So we don't have an internal cutoff period until it's concluded, which is normally the Use of Force Review Board. We will continue to monitor the case as much as we can up until that point. So we don't. So to your answer your question, Commissioner Gonzalez, we follow it through to the end. So
Thank you so much.
And he also gave you a thumbs up, Executive Director. I do have a question. Where are we at in this investigation? And I know we don't conduct investigations ourselves. We're overseeing the investigations, but where are we in that process?
Yeah, so the body worn camera footage and evidence has been requested and is currently being analyzed right now. So that internal memo that I was discussing is being worked on as we speak.
Thank you. Thanks to our senior investigator, Jeff Hussein. My next question was, well, it would be more of a comment, right? The news, the PPD, as well as the community, would like to know, where did this escalate? From the news report as well as the police report, it was a shooting that didn't involve the officer nor the deceased in this case. And the question would be, where did this develop? And I think it's important for the work of CPOC to understand that Mr. Eric, for the deceased in this matter, was a member of the community, a pivotal member of the community. He was one of the constituents. So the question is, where did this go wrong? And I think that becomes a part of CPOC, right? I think that's one of our main goals, is to bridge the gap between community and policing. So when we talk about a pillar of the community or a community leader getting into an officer involved shooting, I think this is one of those incidents that, okay, we understand that this guy did that he shot the sergeant, he shoved the sergeant, and he produced the gun, which we all can agree is has often resulted in incidents like this, where we have a deceased or an officer involved shooting. I think the history, or not the history, what stemmed up is important for us, so we can see where do we go, where do we fit in, and bridging that gap, if that makes sense.
Yeah, going off of that, I would just say that the context of his role in the community is absolutely a relevant factor that is in the internal memo that we're working on.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Executive Director McClary, the floor is back to you.
all right. Well, I want to turn it over to our Director of Community Engagement, Constituent Services, and Education, Talia Grimmins, to talk about all the great stuff we've been doing in all of those areas. So take it away, Talia.
Okay, can everybody hear me? All right, awesome. Happy Thursday and happy July, CPOC Commission and guests who have joined us this evening. I am Talia Grimmage, the Director of Outreach and Constituent Services and Education Division. And as I say every month, I have the esteemed privilege of leading an amazing team of individuals who are tasked with assisting with our incoming complaints, providing constituent services to city residents. Oftentimes people reach out to CPOC and through the course of those conversations, they mention other quality of life concerns and other needs that they may have. And so we make it a point to build and connect them with different city services. We facilitate our community education and training of staff, as well as engaging with the many diverse communities of this city. We create and manage all of the social media pages for the agency, and we accept and respond to media inquiries. Usually when people meet a CPOC staff member out in the community, it is a member of the outreach team. So we are always out and about. And so I'll just spend a few minutes just sharing a little bit of what we have been up to recently. Next slide, please. All right, so as I do every month, I don't want to just jump into where we've been and what we've done. I really want to take some time and highlight some of the national campaigns that are going on. And unless you've been under a rock, you know that America is 250 years old. It's hard to miss. It's been everywhere, and Philly has spent quite a bit of time celebrating this. But I wanted to just take a minute to highlight civic awareness, freedom, responsibility, and public trust. So while July is often associated with Independence Day, it also provides an opportunity to reflect on civic engagement, transparency, and public trust. We also recognize that Independence Day carries different historical and cultural significance across different communities. Meaningful outreach requires that you acknowledge those diverse perspectives while fostering dialogue, inclusion, and shared responsibility. And so just connecting it a little bit to police oversight. You know, civilian oversight plays an important role in strengthening public confidence as we promote transparency, accountability, and dialogue between the community, law enforcement, and also our agency. And so outreach and community education really empower residents to better understand available resources, police oversight processes, and opportunities to participate themselves in improving public safety. And so this meeting this evening is a wonderful, wonderful example of civic engagement, civic responsibility. I'm sure if all of our commissioners were asked independently, you know, what was it about police oversight, as all of you are community leaders, that made you interested in being a commissioner and being a part of this commission? That is an example of civic engagement, and I'm sure each of you could speak to how important it is to get involved. So I did not want July to go by without acknowledging that it's not just about celebrating. This is a critical moment to talk about civic responsibility and public trust. Next slide, please. All right, July is also Disability Pride Month, and this month recognizes the contributions and experiences and rights of individuals living with disabilities while promoting accessibility, inclusion, and equal opportunity throughout communities. Individuals with physical, intellectual, and developmental and mental health disabilities may experience interactions with law enforcement differently. We understand that. You know, CPOC is committed to promoting awareness, supporting accessible community engagement, and encouraging and advocating for public safety practices that really recognize the diverse needs of all residents in this city. And so through education, through various partnerships and initiatives, we recently had a autism toolbox training where we talked to people about, you know, being neurodiverse and on the spectrum and how people encounter police officers. These are just some of the examples that the agency is engaged in to ensure that people with all different abilities can be included when you're thinking about public trust and public safety. And just really quick to highlight a local organization, just wanted to mention the ARC of Philadelphia. That is an organization founded in 1948 by parents who sought better services for their children with developmental and other disabilities. And fun fact, the ARC of Philly is one of the first of these organizations, and there are over 700 ARC chapters in the US. Next slide. Okay. So of course, last month, Juneteenth was a big celebration all over the nation. And Philadelphia was no exception. I did want to make sure that I highlighted Commissioner Enix Kenny and CPOC staff member Carrie Crawford were actually parade marshals on the mayor's float at the Malcolm X Park event, their Juneteenth event. We go to that event every year. It is a wonderful, wonderful celebration in Malcolm X Park. Tons of people come out. And so CPOC had an opportunity to be, featured. And there's some photos here of our commissioner and Carrie, along with some of the other Philly dignitaries. But I have no idea what it's like to be a parade marshal. I'm sure it was a lot of fun. But just wanted to make sure we talked about CPOC being highlighted in this way. And of course, Dr. Green, Damon Green, our training and outreach manager, spent the day in Germantown. We attend the annual Johnson House Juneteenth Festival every year as well. Okay, continuing with Dr. Green, he is responsible for giving our civilian oversight presentation up at the Police Academy. And so we had an opportunity to spend some time talking to recruit class 420. And our executive director was featured as a part of the Stop the Violence virtual prayer vigil for peace. And that took place on July 3rd with some other faith leaders in the city.
Director Grimmage, do you want to give Commissioner Enix Kenny a chance to say anything about
Of course I do. Please, please.
Oh, yes. So it was a wonderful opportunity to just be able to represent CPOC in that capacity. We talk about being boots on the ground. We just talk about transparency and being able to just be visible with the people every day. And even after we got to the destination, which was at Malcolm X Park, there were so many vendors, so many people, and it was just a great opportunity again to be seen, to be in the crowd, to be with the people that we represent, the people that we're building trust with. That was just a defining moment. So I was just really honored to be able to represent CPOC in that capacity. And being a marshal was just it was a really great time. Again, it was just an opportunity to be in a place where people, you could touch them, you could reach them, you could have a conversation with them, and their inquiries about CPOC were really, really awesome. So we were able to, again, not just talk about what we do, but be a representation of it. I think people really enjoy experiencing CPOC as much as they enjoy hearing about what they do. So that was a defining moment for me, and just honored again to represent such a great collective of amazing commissioners and agencies. So just thanks to everyone that helped me have that opportunity. Thank you.
Tanya, did you want to share anything about the Stop the Violence peace rally that you attended, or should we?
That was also a really wonderful opportunity because there was also a component around trying to figure out are there laws and things that we can help change and participate and things of that nature to try to help it. And so it was a really wonderful way. As you all know, CPOC has been very intentional about really reaching out to our faith community. So to be a part of this is just kind of an outgrowth from that. That now community leaders are seeing CPOC in this realm, in the religious space. And so it was an honor to get the phone call to participate. And we are looking forward to just continuing the work that we've been doing. We are really blessed in a way to have several of our commissioners, including our vice chair, Commissioner Enix Kenny, who you just heard from, that are in the world of clergy and in the world of spiritual interfaith work. And so we are just excited that the phone call came in and that our interfaith leaders across the city are starting to see CPOC in this realm and inviting us to participate in important events like this. And so I'm just looking forward to continuing to grow our relationship into various faith communities across the city.
Okay. Yeah, so continuing our community engagement, we had an opportunity to attend Akana's inaugural Africa Town Community Festival. This was another event that, of course, had just a diverse group of individuals come out to celebrate this amazing, amazing community. So many of our elected officials were there, and it was nice to see CPOC could be there to celebrate as well. Okay, continuing with what we've been up to. Of course, we attended Concilio's Hispanic Fiesta. We were at the Unique Dreams Frankfurt Food Pantry and Resource Fair. And we participated just yesterday in Councilwoman Ketsi Lozada's Summer Wednesday series, where she invites different organizations to come in person to her office. And we were there to meet constituents and talk about civilian.
Director Grimmage, are you still there?
So my computer randomly decided to go ahead and restart. It completely shut down. So I have moved to Catherine's office. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm back online, so we can go from there.
We can see you and we can hear you.
All right, perfect, perfect. Teamwork makes the dream work. Next slide, please. Yes, yes. So we have been doing some work with the Office of Public Safety, Division of Reentry. We have gone and talked to a couple of their Gateways to Success cohorts. This is a class that they have with individuals. Apparently, before you get access to some of the reentry services, they like to give you this sort of life skills class. And so CPOC, we go and we talk to their cohort. We've done that quite a few times. We've gone to some of their resource events, and there are some photos here from their recent graduation. Because we just didn't want to go and just, talk to them. We wanted to make sure that we supported them as they finished that course, and so they can move on to the next step of their reentry journey. Yeah, so we have also been increasing some of our work with the Mayor's Office of Muslim Engagement. I'm going to go back in time here a little bit, but this is a direct result of the interfaith brunch that we had way back when in January. We talked to some faith leaders in the city, and one of the things that we heard from our Muslim faith leaders was that they really wanted a more inclusive environment, and they wanted some of the engagement to be a little bit more personal and intentional. And so, of course, we responded and made it a point to build that relationship. And so we recently had a discussion with Imam Kaiser, the executive director of the Mayor's Office of Muslim Engagement. And we met with many of the Muslim faith leaders in the city. It was an opportunity for the two offices to kind of come together, for us to talk about our mission and role in the community, what we do. We talked about some things that we hear from residents, why conversations with faith leaders are important. some things that we hear from the Muslim residents. And it really was a chance for us to do sort of a first introduction. The plan is to continue with some in-person meetings, with the community and with some of their members. But we first wanted to meet with the faith leaders to talk about who we are. And so we will definitely keep people posted on how that develops so that our commissioners and others can come out and join us as we engage in person with many of the masjids and mosques in the city. Yes, so here on the screen.
Director Grimmage, I was going to say, and Chair Bennett, they were very excited to know that you are a part of that community. So they are looking forward to you coming out and joining us for some of these conversations in the Muslim community. So they were very excited to learn about the chair and your faith. And so we are looking forward to bringing you to some of these meetings with us as we meet with those leaders and community members.
Yes, so we have, two of our staff members, are part of the Muslim community. And so they have really been instrumental in helping us, move some of these conversations forward. So what you see here is Sally Hamid. She is one of our community outreach and constituent services specialists. She went out, you saw her at the Africatown event, but she went and had a, meet and greet with some of the folks at Al Bustan, Seeds of Change, space where they had some artistic and educational programming. And also Sally helped us translate one of our CPOC, infographics and info sheets into Arabic. Sally actually speaks 7 dialects of Arabic. And so she's absolutely been very, very wonderful, to have on staff. And continuing with this discussion, myself and another staff member, we attended the Mayor's Office of Muslim Engagement hosted a Sakina in the city. It was focused on community wellness. And so we went and we were able to just support that event. There were several breakout sessions where they brought, men and women together to just talk about different things affecting the community. There was a really, really great panel that focused on reentry and what that is like specifically, for Muslim residents. There was a great discussion sort of at the end that was with Imam Kaiser, and it was just with other imams, and they were talking about what mental health and wellness looks like when you are a faith leader in the Muslim community and how you service the public when you are handling life concerns of the people. And so it was just a great opportunity to just be there to support that event. If you are interested in attending a CAT hearing, that is a complaint against police at PBI. They are open to the public. One on this screen has already taken place. That was on the 7th, but there is one coming up on July 16th. So if you are interested in observing how police misconduct hearings take place, you as a member of the public are more than welcome to go and observe those hearings. As I do each month, I just describe them briefly. Think of it as any other court case. You have the PBI panel that is made up of a member of CPOC, the staff, and 2 high-ranking members of the police department. You have the department advocate who acts as the prosecutor, who will come and bring the actual case, tell you about the charges and what they believe have happened. They would present the evidence. Then you have the officer who is alleged to have acted improperly, along with their FOP, Fraternal of Police defense attorney, that would present a defense. And so you, as a part of the PBI panel, are looking for 2 things. One, did the police department have a policy that prohibited the alleged misconduct? And number 2, did that conduct occur? And if you satisfy those 2 things, you would independently of each other make your own determination, given a range of what you think the penalty or discipline should be. Or perhaps you found that the conduct did not occur. And so you want to exonerate the officer. And your recommendations for discipline, you do have the option to perhaps add something. For example, if you want to maybe someone should be suspended for a day or two, but maybe you think they should be transferred to another unit or something like that. You definitely have the opportunity based on what you think to write that rationale. Of course, it is up to the police commissioner to decide what he or she thinks is appropriate, and they make the ultimate decision. So please get in touch with CPOC if you would like to attend one of those hearings, or if you've tried to attend and face any resistance to being able to access the meetings. Okay, next slide. So if you want to see what we are going to be up to, here are a couple things. We are going to be at Councilmember Kenyatta Johnson's Quality of Life Tour. We're going to be with, Jeffrey Young at the Summer Night Lights and Community Forum. We're going to be at Philly Free Fest, Freeway, the rapper. He has this wonderful event that is really focused on like men's health and men in the community will be there. We will be at Congresso's Back to School Block Party. And then on August 22nd, North Philly Day will be there as well. And I think there's one more slide. Yes. So I did not want to end this without talking about National Night Out. That is an event happening all over the country. It is usually the first Monday in August, I believe. That's usually when it is. And each police district in Philadelphia will be hosting a National Night Out celebration. National Night Out is usually spearheaded by the Office of Tail Watch Integrated Services. Every year they host the kickoff. So CPOC is there every year. We'll be there again. And then each district usually has something within that same week. So please stay tuned. First Tuesday, yes, thank you, Vice Chair. I see the chat. Yes, so yes, that's when National Night Out is. So please stay tuned. I will let all of you know when National Night Out is happening in the districts that you represent, so that you can go meet the community. But please, this is just a small snippet of what CPOC has been up to. Each month, I hope to bring different content, talk about what the team is doing, some of the projects we're working on. I know we have our Latino engagement person that we just hired, Jose, who is working on some things as well. And I hope to have a really nice presentation so you can see what that looks like. But please stay tuned. There's so much more to come. And I will stop here in case there are any questions, comments, or concerns. So Chair, we're turning it back over to you for any questions.
Does anyone have any questions for our Director of Outreach, Talia Grimmage? Thank you, Ms. Grimmage. Like I said earlier, one of the key components of CPOC is to bridge the gap between community and have a safe space for community. So when we look at these events throughout the city of Philadelphia, all over, we have to acknowledge you for being actually boots on ground when it comes to being with the community and hearing the community out and informing them of not only that it is a Citizens Police Oversight Commission, but exactly what this Citizens Police Oversight Commission is. And I would like to thank you personally and as a representation of the Citizens Police Oversight Commission. Your position is pivotal. You've been doing this quite a long time consistently. So with that, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Especially
thank you, Chair.
out to the Muslim community who I know often feel outcasted by the city for one reason or another. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions and comments from the commission about anything that was presented this evening? Anything you may have missed?
And we did have one other thing, Chair.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so I think the commission knows one of my goals has been to double our staff, and we are well on the way. And I am excited now to say that we have a legal division because there's now more than one attorney in the office. So I am going to turn it over to the director of our legal division to introduce one of our newest staff members. So Attorney Twig, take it away.
Thank you so much, Director McClary. We're doing a little computer switcheroo, so apologies if I've missed this, but Jody, could you promote Stacy to panelist so she can say hello?
Already done. Yep.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. And commissioners and members of the public, I'm very, very pleased to announce that we have our first staff attorney. The inaugural person in that position is already helping move us forward. She comes to us from the Innocence Project in New York. And she is not only a highly experienced and credentialed attorney, but has expertise in criminal justice and policy work from that experience. So I'm thrilled to introduce her. Her name is Stacy Anderson, and I'm going to ask her to just say hello to all of you very quickly.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you to our executive director, Tanya McClary, and to the commissioners. Thank you for the recognition, Commissioner Bennett, and to our Vice Chair, Commissioner Rockman. As Catherine said, I'm coming from the Innocence Project in New York. I'm a local to the greater Philadelphia area. I grew up in Berwyn in Chester County. I'm really looking forward to joining CPOC, learning more about the work that we're doing here, and learning more about the goals that the public also has for the service and the ministry of this agency. So thank you so much for the incredible warm welcome and the recognition at this time, and looking forward to getting some good work done. I'll pass the mic back to you, Catherine.
Thanks, Stacy. Commissioners, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free, or we'll just begin working with you. So thanks so much.
Well, I gave my welcome when we spoke to you on Tuesday, but I would just echo the same sentiments that I said on that day. We are grateful to have you, and I appreciate your approach to this work. Two things that you said today that really stood out to me. One is that you called this work ministry, which is exactly what it is. And that means a lot with the wealth of experience that you have, that you understand what this work is, that it is not just advocacy, but it is ministry for both aspects. So again, I thank you for joining us. We welcome you, and we look forward to the blessing that you will be to this commission. Thank you so much.
Well, Chair, I think we're turning it back over to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, Stacy Anderson. I'm impressed by your background. So welcome to the Citizens Police Oversight Commission. For the record, on June 27th, Saturday, June 27th at 10 o'clock, the commissioners held a training retreat where we worked on the synergy of the commission and the development of the commission through training processes, as well as I would call it group analytics. We could add a little group analytics to there. We were sure that we stayed in the guidelines of the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act and did not discuss anything or that should have been discussed in the public meeting. With that being said, my next point, I know two commissioners were tardy to this meeting, Commissioner PA and Commissioner Erica Stewart. Both of those commissioners' tardiness was excused as one couldn't log into the meeting and the other one had issues joining the meeting. So I don't know if I know Commissioner Hakeem PA entered the meeting. I don't know if Commissioner Stewart entered the meeting. If she's present, good evening.
Commissioner Stewart is present. Good evening, everyone.
I welcome you to this meeting, even through your hardships.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot.
So, with that being said, we will now go into the public.
Chair, just for a moment, Jody, can you change her name so that people know she's here? She's showing up as Commissioner Gonzalez.
Commissioner Stewart, could you just give a little wave real quick so we're not confused?
Jody took care of it. It's already done.
Cool. All right. Thank you. And with that being said, it is now the community comment section of the meeting. Please, I ask you, while I'm reading the community colloquy, and of course I will be reading it so there's no discrepancies from a week-to-week basis and we maintain consistency. While I'm reading it, please try to raise your hand or put comments in the section if you do not wish to speak. And with that being said, I will now go to the community colloquy. Can you still hear me? Hello?
Yes.
You guys can still hear me? I just want to be heard.
Yes, Chair, we hear you loud and clear.
All right, here we go. We welcome public comment and feedback. If you would like to speak, please tell us now by raising your hand or sending a request in the chat with your full name. You may also submit written public comment through the chat, which will be read out loud. Each commenter will be unmuted and given 3 minutes to speak. Please state your name and address your comments to myself as the chair. Please refrain from offensive language, threats, and or harassments, or you will be removed from the meeting. We appreciate your input. We may not be able to respond to your questions or comments immediately. Every attempt will be made to follow up by phone and or email after the meeting. You can contact us at cpoc@phila.gov, that is CPOC@phila.gov, or you can call us using 215-685-0891, and that is 215-685-0891. And with that community colloquy coming to a close, I now open the floor to public comment.
As of now, we do not have any hands raised nor anything in the chat.
Jody, how you feeling this evening? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. Is everyone okay? No comments in the chat. I would like to say thank you for everybody that sent follow-up comments last week, emails and or comments last week, or reaching out to the office. If we didn't get back to you yet, you are high on our agenda. You are not forgotten about. All right? Commissioners, do you have any comments at this time? Our amazing agency, do you have any comments at this time? Do I hear a motion at this time?
Vice Chair Rockmont here with the motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Does any commissioner second Vice Chair Rockmont's motion to
Commissioner
adjourn?
PA seconds the motion at hand.
And that is Commissioner PA seconding this motion. And with that being said, it is now a motion on the table to adjourn this evening's commissioners meeting. All in favor of adjourning this evening's commissioners meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
That is anonymous. That is a unanimous vote. And with that being said, thank you all for attending this evening's CPOC commissioner meeting, and you enjoy your evening. Until next time.
Well done, Chair. Well done.